So this is month 9 of me running an AI agency. Now, if you guys haven't been following this, haven't been following my journey, or even know who I am, my name's Liam. I've been an entrepreneur ever since I was 16, and I started an AI agency back on March 1st. So today's actually December 1st. So this will actually be like the perfect 9 months of my journey. But I'm going to go over what happened for the month of November. Now, there's two big things that happened. Well, actually, three big things that happened. And I'll go through each one in order of importance. So the number one thing I did, and I did this beginning of November, was I went to Miami for a week. Now, I went to Miami for a cruise. I flew down and I was there for like a night and a half. We went to Miami Beach. We were a little bit more inwards. We weren't where all the skyscrapers were, but we drove past it when we were going to the cruise because the cruise was on Miami Beach. And it was beautiful. Now, that took up 10 days of the month, so I wasn't able to work there. I got a lot of content done, read a lot of books, listened to a lot of podcasts when I was there. But I made a whole video on how that trip to Miami changed my perception on everything. And the main ideas behind that, you guys can check out that video. It'll be, I think I posted it like 2-3 weeks ago. But the main thing from that, Miami is so beautiful. I saw a list the other day. It was like most beautiful cities in the world. Miami's like number 10 or something. I could totally see that. Miami was such an amazing city. I've been blessed enough to go to a lot of well-known cities throughout the world. Been to London, been to Copenhagen, been to Oslo, been to Miami, San Francisco, New York, Anchorage, Vancouver, all these places. And Miami was, I think, probably the most beautiful place I've ever been to. Maybe New York in certain parts were nicer than that, but New York was full of a-holes. Miami was such a nice environment. The people there were nice. There wasn't any snobby rich people that I saw anyways. There was a lot of sports cars though, and that's what I like. But I went to Miami for the first half of this. And yeah, it really just opened my eyes. That is where I want to be, right? That's where the killers are. That's where the energy is lively. That will translate into me having better success for, whatever it is that I'm going forward with. So that was my trip to Miami. Had a ton of fun. Then the next thing that happened in this month was that we ended up signing our first long-term client. So if you guys have been following my journey, you'll know that I signed 2 clients so far. One of them was through my YouTube. It was a $1,000 client. I ended up refunding him because I didn't know what I was doing. The second one, I did it in a part of a team, and that guy also ended up refunding, but that was the consultant I had who was running that team. He did not do a very good job, so he ended up refunding as well. So really, I did get 2 clients, and we collected $7,500 US, but we had to give it all back. Now, our first real client that we've gotten was this month. So I'm not going to say his name. Sorry, let's call him R. So we signed R on, and it's just a performance base. So we rerun the ads for him. He pays for the ad spends. We do everything on our end. And then we get, I believe it's 7% per job we get him, which is pretty good, right? Even if it's a $10,000 job we get him, it's still, $700, which is awesome. So that is our first person. We actually just launched his ads today. We had everything set up, but we're starting to spend on Facebook today. So this is a big leap for the progress that me and my team members are making within the agency. So that is awesome. We're super excited to see where that goes. Not only will we get results in the form of a rev share, not even just money, but we're going to get the experience. I know last month I talked about how I sold, my boy and I sold, and I'm not saying that to blame my boy, but we sold 2 deals, and one of them, the guy was willing to pay us $1,000 up front, which isn't very much, but is better than nothing. So he was willing to pay us $1,000 up front, but it was a lack of experience on our end, but we know what to do differently now. But this guy, we signed, everything is ready to go. His card is on the Facebook account, and we just launched today. So that is extremely exciting. Now, the third thing that happened in this month was that I got another mentorship. Now, if you guys, again, if you're following my journey, you'll know my last mentorship I had a bad experience with, right? Wyatt and Carson, they were gurus. They did not practice what they preached. And at a certain point, how can you give advice on something you've never done? And that's exactly where I am now. Like, there's no way that they would have got me anywhere close to where I am now. But I ended up getting another mentorship. Now, this was $7,500 for 3.5 months. The people in it, they're not very well known. So, they're not gurus, but they've had a lot of success. One of them, he's making $50K a month with his agency. And the other guy, he's made $100K a month with his agency. So that is awesome. And we started this like a week ago. Yeah, because today's Monday. We started this a week ago. And already the stuff that we've gotten, the value and the information, I actually just hopped off a call with him like an hour ago as I'm recording this. We got a ton of value. We've completely changed what we're doing to target our ads for various reasons, right? We've learned all of that just in the first week of doing it. We're going to create those and launch it here in the next 2-3 days. And hopefully we're going to have a ton more and more positive results going forward. But we're really excited for that. It's a lot of money on my end, like a lot of money. I really had to stretch myself to make it work. But at the end of the day, it is a step forward, right? It's a step forward to learn, make sure that we know what we're doing, go forward with that, and, all in all, just have success, right? Because that's the whole goal of this. It isn't just to make money and dip, it's to have success. Not just tangible success through money, but success through the skills we learn, success through the ideas that we learn, right? One of them today, when we were writing the copy for our ads, we learned how to be extremely specific in certain places, right? You don't want to be extremely, extremely specific, but you want to be specific enough where you have a higher chance to convert. There's going to be more trust there, and you're just going to have better success, right? So that's just one thing we learned, and not even close to where, we know that we can be and where we want to be, right? But we're progressing very well. So extremely excited for that. But that's around all that's happened. My community, me and my boys' community, is starting to grow very well, and we're putting a ton of sauce in there. Like everything that we're learning, like obviously we're not taking from the course, or not the course, from the program that me and my boy are in for the mentorship, but the ideas that we learn, right, we're sharing on other people, right? Because we're just making it more valuable day by day. We're creating assets, we're creating SOPs, trackers, everything like that for everyone to have success. So if you're watching this video and you want to get that jump on that, I'm telling you right now, this is probably one of the most valuable communities out there that isn't paid. Like Wyatt and Carson's, they have value. It's not I guarantee Yoel and I have more value specifically on the agency side than they do. Right? You look at everyone else, I guarantee we have the most valuable community out there. It's only at 200 people, right? So you get pretty much, exclusive access to us. So if you guys want to join that, the first link below in the description of this video and in my bio. So feel free to do that. The community is growing, and we're, creating new friendships, creating new partnerships, and just helping people along with their journey, right? And at the end of the day, and this is a part of myself, there was an exercise that my mentors told us to do, because to be the person to make 10K a month, to make 10K a month, you have to be the person that makes 10K a month. So there's some exercises I did, and I've known this for a while, but one of my big goals is to inspire people and help people to have success, right, along their journey. If you're watching this, chances are you're an entrepreneur, and you are one of a kind. I love people like you, right? You want more. You're destined for more. You know that. You're not going to sit back and just settle for less like everyone else does, right? And that's a rare kind of person. That's the kind of person that I want to help, that I want to be associated with, and yeah, just moving forward, be in my network. My mic died before I could finish the video. You guys haven't been listening to what's been going on, like the videos I post. I lost my mic charger. I'm going insane. I don't know where it was. I had to order another mic, and it died as I was recording. So I pretty much got through all the video, but just as a recap of everything, we were still getting calls, but we couldn't close them. And that wasn't even just an issue of our closing experience, like I said in my last month. But I'm learning now, it was also an ICP issue, right? It was also people not being as qualified as they could coming in possible, people not as warm to us And we weren't making them do that either, right? So that was another big thing on that part. But we're just constantly learning, constantly improving, and they're gonna have success because of it, right? Like 1% better, 1% better every single day. That's the goal. As Bill Gates said, this is a pretty good quote. I forget where I read or listened to this too. It was from my mentor. It was from my mentor watching some of his videos. But he said, Bill Gates said this: people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, and they underestimate what they can do in 10 years. Now, obviously, that's a pretty big time frame, but the goal here isn't to get 100K a month after 30 days, right? The goal is to it's to build a sustainable system, and that's the whole idea and thing that we're doing. So that's everything for the video. I don't know if I mentioned it before my mic cut out, but make sure to follow me on Instagram. I do daily updates on my AI agency. This is more concepts, ideas, the journey, and just things that I can share with you guys to help you get the most out of your journey as possible. Make sure to join my free AI agency Discord. I'm telling you right now, one of the most valuable AI agency discords, AI agency communities out there right now. We give everything for free, right? We don't gatekeep. This isn't paid, nothing like that. So you guys can join that. But yeah, all in all, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, keep following my journey. I'm telling you this, I'm gonna be very successful here in a short time frame. Not short to the point where I'm gonna push it, like push success where it isn't there kind of thing. But as soon as feasibly possible, I'm going to. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to stick around for my next video, for the next journey. And I will see you guys in the next one. Above all, stay wise.